Hello, goddesses. This is Angela with Ever Beauty, and I'm joined today by Elina Fuhrman, my good friend in Los Angeles. Hello, Elina.
Hi, good to see you.
Elina is such a beautiful person inside and out. She always laughs. She's just got the best laugh, and she's always smiling and full of joy and positive energy. And so I just had to have her on Ever Beauty because I really want to celebrate and emphasize how our beauty really comes from the inside out, from our vitality and our health and our energy, and just all of the positivity that we have inside just really translates. And Elina is such a great example of that. She is the author of Supelina, Soup Cleanse, which is more than a recipe book. As a top-notch journalist, Elina has put all of her investigative journalism prowess into this book. It's a wellness tome, but it's just an absolutely beautiful book with lots of gorgeous pictures of her soup recipes, as well as her sharing so much knowledge on holistic health, everything from essential oils to Ayurvedic medicine. I love this book, and I wanted to just invite Elina to tell us a little bit about how soup can be so healing and promote our health and vitality and beauty. So let's just start with, how does soup make us healthier? How can it?
Well, soup's been around for centuries. Every time we think about soup, I like to ask my clients, my friends, everybody, what does soup mean to you? And yeah, ask yourself that question. What does soup mean to you? Because for most people, soup means mothers and love and comfort and care and warmth. And yeah, and so people have those warm and fuzzy feelings, like my younger daughter always says. I love that phrase, warm and fuzzy. And so that's what soup is about. But for centuries, we have images of, first probably witches with their cauldrons brewing something, and then grandmothers, and then mothers when you don't feel well. There's always that warmth of the wonderful ingredients that get put together in a pot and create a soup, right? But unfortunately, modern lives are busy and crazy, and we have no time for anything. And I rediscovered soup about a decade ago, when soup at that time was just a creature of supermarket canned version, something that is full of sodium and fat and all those unpronounceable ingredients. And I think we all know that every time you would see a fitness coach, probably not a doctor, but a fitness coach, and they would say, do not eat soup because there's so much sodium, you're going to bloat, So I came to soup for different reasons. I had what I call a health opportunity. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2009, and decided to take a road into the wellness instead of doing the standard of care version of chemotherapy and drugs and everything else. And as I started working with doctors of Chinese medicine and Ayurveda and naturopathy, I realized that those ancient medicines were based on herbs, spices, and plants, but in separate ways. And I basically brought them together and put them in a pot, like our grandmothers and people before us did, and created this potent soup. But the difference with my soups is that I don't cook soups. Exactly. I don't cook soups the same way we kind of think of how soups are made. I don't boil my ingredients. I want to preserve the nutritional value of all of the wonderful ingredients, and every ingredient has to be first class ingredient. There's no sad veggies from your crisper in the refrigerator. You have to get really great ingredients. And so I brew the soups kind of like you brew Chinese teas, and brew the herbs and teas, different teas as well. And moreover, with spices have to be opened up before you can perform, because you have to bring the powers of those spices into the soups. So in terms of what it does for us, the beauty of soups is that, if you cook the soup properly, you get all the pre-digested ingredients. So your body does not have to work as hard to digest. And what that does is heals your gut. and helps you to absorb all the nutrients and minerals and all the goodness that comes from those ingredients that have not been boiled to death and dead, but instead you have all the opened up properties of all of those ingredients that are easily absorbed into your system and already pre-digested. So you create this wellness almost immediately because it just envelopes you on the inside and coats your lining and your body and everything and your cells, and your body immediately starts working differently. And one of the examples, one of the things that I do, not with every one of my soups, obviously, but with some of them, is one of the important functions is, a lot of people have issues with their heart and blocked arteries and things like that, right? And and there are a lot of people who have diabetes. And what does that mean is the fact that the blood does not move in the arteries properly, right? So what do you do without taking medication? So I have actually a medicinal blend of cayenne peppers, which comes, there's about 16 different cayennes from different parts of the world that are blended together. It's very potent, it's very strong, it's very spicy, but a different kind of spicy, not like the regular cayenne. And with certain ingredients, it creates so much heat, not the spice that you cannot breathe, completely different type of heat. So by the time you're done with your bowl of soup, you're perspiring. So you're actually draining and detoxifying literally the moment you finish the bowl of soup. And it's so miraculous because people, like, I do it myself. Sometimes I finish a bowl of soup and I'm sweating, like literally sweating as if I just walked out of a sauna. So that it's working immediately.
Yeah, so it's a detox treatment. And I think that's such an important point so Ever Beauty is for women over 40. And I think that we do have to realize that we don't digest as well. Our digestion isn't as strong. And so this is a really amazing way to have a lot of soups in your diet. Is an amazing way to get all the nutrients and really nourish your body without having to rely on your digestion. That's such a great point.
And one of the greatest tricks that I tell my clients when it comes to digestion is people say, how do I know that I'm not digesting? It's true, because, we're led to believe that having a salad is a great thing to have, but it's actually not very true because raw vegetables are very hard to digest. And that's why a lot of the times when you eat a salad, sometimes you're gassy, is because it creates, it is a lot of fiber, which is a great thing. I'm all for fiber, but it's also really hard on your stomach. And if your digestion is already lacking, you might not be getting all the great nutrients that you are putting in your body. It's just not going to absorb, right? So the way to find out whether you're absorbing all the nutrients properly or not is to look at your tongue. So go to the bathroom, get a mirror, and look at your tongue. So if you have, and that's Chinese medicine, basically.
Yeah, they always look at your tongue when you go to a Chinese medicine doctor. They always look at your tongue. They can tell so much.
So what you're looking for, exactly, you're looking for middle of your tongue. If you have a little bit of a crack or like a groove, that tells you that your body is not absorbing properly.
Oh, wow. Good to know.
So another thing is your liver, because liver toxifies and takes all the toxins out of our body. And so another thing to look for is how your liver is working, and that's the sides of your tongue. So if you have teeth marks on the side of your tongue, or what Chinese medicine calls scalloped tongue, you know that you're having some issues with your liver. So start detoxing your liver.
Oh. Wow, that's two easy things that we can check. You have learned so much from alternative medicine practitioners. I know that you've done hundreds of hours of interviewing and research to learn all of this. So thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. And you can check out Supelina on Instagram at Supelina LA. And her website is supelina.com. This is the book. And this is great for summer. You have cold soups as well. And like you mentioned, salad.
And here's another trick. So cold soup, right? I was just talking about raw. And the reason why I have the way to offset cold, because it's the yin and yang thing, right? Is you have to put warming spices. That is the only way the raw is going to be different than just having a salad. Because, the warming spices offset the digestion and it changes the whole composition. It's basically just chemistry. You're putting certain ingredients in a certain way and it changes the way they get digested once you swallow them.
So the old soup and salad combo is a good thing for us.
It's a good thing, yeah, if you have the right spices
and the right
kind of thing, and if you do the proper.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Elina. Thanks for being with us on Ever Beauty. And thank you, everyone, for joining us for this little podcast.
Thank you.